Hello, and welcome again to Fox Comics in beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois, and we are unpacking this week's comic book order. Today is Tuesday, August 12th. All the items you see here will go on sale Wednesday, August 13th here at Fox Comics, beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois. Up first, part of our Chotsky is Sherlock Holmes Sherlock deck, and it has got a bunch of card games that you can play with that are Holmes themed. Up after that is Mad Magazine Science. That is out tomorrow. Now to the comics. DC brings us Action Comics, issue 1089. And there's our beautiful negative space variant cover. Also from DC, Aquaman, issue 8. And there's a lovely variant cover. Oh, and yet another lovely variant cover. Oh, and look right there, one more variant cover. Barbarella is up next, issue 5. Batman Dark Patterns, issue 9 is up next. From DC also, Batman Gotham by Gaslight, League for Justice, and that is issue 2. That's the variant cover. Also from DC out this week, the Batman Harley Quinn facsimile reprint, and these are gorgeous. And there's the beautiful foils that they have as a variant, which is just wonderful. There's another action figure variant for those of you that are so inclined. Also from DC, Batman and Robin, issue 24. And there's our variant cover for that. From Valiant Alien Books, we have Bloodshot, issue 1. Image Publishing brings us Blood and Thunder, issue 4. EC Comics brings us Blood Type, and that is issue 3. And there's the gory variant cover. Marvel brings us Bring on the Bad Guys, Red Skull, issue 1. And there's a couple of really lovely covers for that. That is pretty cool, and that is pretty cool. Image Publishing brings us Bug Wars, issue 6 from Jason Aaron. Mad Cave brings us issue 4 of Buried Long, Long Ago. Dynamite brings us issue 3 of Captain Planet and the Planeteers. Titan Comics brings us Conan the Barbarian, issue 23. And there's your variant cover for Conan. And there's your foil, which we always have to get the foils. We just do. Marvel brings us Daredevil, issue 24. And there's a lovely variant cover there, and one that is part of the J. Scott Campbell collection. A lot of those variants out this week, as in last week. Image brings us Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger, issue 8, and there's your variant cover there. Massive Publishing brings us issue 2 of Detective Kaiju. Marvel brings us Eddie Brock Carnage, issue 7, and there's your variant cover. Marvel also brings us Fantastic Four, issue 8, facsimile reprint. Also out this week, Fantastic Four, issue 2 from them, and a lot of really lovely variant covers out for Fantastic Four, issue 2, including the Scotty Young, which you can't argue with that, and then the Silver Surfer, which is just magnificent. DC brings us Fire and Ice, issue 5. And there's your lovely variant cover for that. Image Publishing brings us Free Planet, issue 4. Marvel brings us Giant Size X-Men, issue 2. And there's your variant cover for that. And guess what? One more variant cover. IDW brings us Godzilla, Here There Be Aliens, and that is issue 3. DC brings us Green Lantern, issue 7. And there's your variant cover for that. From Image Publishing, I Hate Fairyland, issue 43 from Scotty Young, and we do have the variant cover for that. Image also brings us I Was a Fashion School Serial Killer, issue 5. And Archaea Boom Studios brings us The Killer, Affairs of States, issue 3. Also, Image Publishing brings us King Spawn, issue 48. And there's your variant cover for that. Also out from Marvel is Laura Kinney Wolverine. And then we have the J. Scott Campbell variant. Also from Marvel, Magic issue 8. And there's your J. Scott Campbell for that. Also from Marvel, Miles Morales Spider-Man, issue 36. And there's your variant cover for that. From IDW, we have Monster High Party Monster, and that's a one-shot. Marvel brings us New Champions, issue 8. Image Publishing brings us News from the Fallout, issue 2. Also from Image, we have Kieran Gillen's The Power Fantasy, issue 11. Dynamite brings us the Powerpuff Girls Supervillain Summer Spectacular, issue 1. Marvel brings us Predator Kills the Marvel Universe, issue 1. And there's your Panosian variant and another beautiful variant right there. Then we have Quick Steps. This is volume 3, issue 1. From Oni Press, we have Rick and Morty versus the Universe, issue 2. Dynamite Publishing brings us Space Ghost, issue 1. And with that issue 1, we bring you several covers just because. Image Publishing brings us Spawn, issue 367. And there's that variant cover. From Marvel, we have Spider-Man and Wolverine, issue 4. Also from Marvel, Star Wars Jedi Knights, issue 6. Dark Horse Comics brings us issue 2 of Stranger Things, Tales from Hawkins 2. DC brings us Supergirl, issue 4. A couple of lovely variants for that, including that art germ. DC Black Label brings us Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum, issue 1. And there's your variant cover. Boom Studios brings us Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And that is issue 1 out of the 5. And that's a third volume, I believe. And there's your Virgin. And there's one more variant there. From Dynamite, Thundercats and Powerpuff Girls, issue 2. Ahoy Comics brings us the Toxic Avenger comics, issue 2. Image Publishing brings us Transformers, issue 23, and there's a lovely variant cover for that. DC brings us Trinity, Daughter of Wonder Woman, issue 3, and there's you a lovely variant cover for that. And then we have one more variant cover there. Marvel brings us Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion, issue 3. Also from Marvel is issue 15 of The Ultimates. Image Publishing brings us David Marquez's The Unchosen, issue 2. From Marvel, this is probably going to be a fairly big book out this week. We have Uncle Scrooge, Earth's Mightiest Duck, issue 1. And we have several variant covers. I'm only showing one, but I forgot to pull the others. X-Men, Age of Revelation, and that is issue 0. We got more copies of the first print for those of you that we're still waiting. X-Men, issue 20, also from Marvel. And there's your James J. Scott Campbell variant. And finally this week, from Dynamite, we have Disney's Zootopia, issue 5. And there's your Negative Space variant cover. Remember, all the items you see here will go on sale Wednesday, August 13th, here at Fox Comics in beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois. Thanks.